Hi, I'm Fred.
And I'm Sarah, a.k.a. the Paris Quiz Mistress.
We're two friends addicted to trivia, and we're
rewatching
Alias.
But this is not an Alias podcast. Every episode, we play general knowledge trivia on a theme.
5 quiz questions for you to play along.
And the iconic early 2000s spy thriller show starring Jennifer Garner
Doesn't really matter.
Because this is
not an Alias podcast.
Hi, Fred.
Hi, Sarah.
Are you so excited for not talking about Alias Episode 9, Season 1, Mea Culpa?
Yes, so much. So much. It's been too long.
All right, Fred, you have 60 seconds, and 60 seconds only, to tell us what happened in Mea Culpa. Go.
So, Sydney is hanging to a ladder, and then she goes out to rescue Dixon, and then she calls the CIA so he can be rescued and brought to the hospital. And then Dreyer says she's the mole, but Sloan is like, I'm not so sure. Then Sydney goes to Tuscany, and then, Sloan says she should be assassinated and sends a message, and the CIA catches it, and they're like, we gotta do something. Vaughn is like, but Dad is like, no, it's a trap, and then they go with Dad, and her cover isn't blown. Then they go to Geneva, she goes with Rusek, and they steal something in a vault, but when they're there, what happened? Oh, Marshall sees that there's a wrong communication, and they're like, she's definitely the mole. We're going to get her. In the meantime, Will Tippin is like investigating and is talking to a pin. And then in the end, she goes to see Dixon in the hospital. And then when she goes out of the hospital, she gets kidnapped because she's a mole.
Oh, my goodness. Good. Will Tippin's talking to a pin. Iconic. All right. What do we do with all of that in terms of a general knowledge trivia theme?
Okay, so my ideas are maybe something about code names, because she talks about freelancer. Something about pins, maybe. Who knows, fashion. Or chairs.
Chairs.
Because it's like a wide shot of Sloan's office. You never see a wide shot of that office, and there's like 5 chairs. I was like, chairs?
No. I actually was inspired by the title of this episode for the theme.
Mea culpa.
Exactly, mea culpa. So I'm going to ask you about common Latin phrases.
Oh, that's neat. I love this so much.
Well, I hope you will continue to love it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Latin phrases quiz. Number 1. What phrase was first written in French by philosopher René Descartes in his 1637 work, Discourse on the Method? The earliest written record of the phrase in Latin was published a couple years later in 1644.
Descartes. So I'm guessing the phrase in French is... the famous one I know from him is Je pense donc je suis.
I think therefore I am.
And in Latin, I think is... I'm just realizing I don't know Latin pronunciation for
Nobody
sure.
does. That's the thing.
Exactly, right? Cogito ergo sum.
Correct.
Eee.
Very nice. Question 2. What common Latin phrase was the French release title of a 2015 Pixar film released in Quebec as Sens dessus dessous?
Oh, those darn Québécois.
I know, it's a very bad film title. Sens dessus dessous.
I mean, yeah. The movie's good enough that you don't have a problem with the title. Sens dessus dessous. I like this whole French-Latin connection you're going with. I guess the movie in English, original title is Inside Out, which in French was vice versa.
Correct.
Yes.
Very nice. Don't necessarily think of it as a Latin phrase, but it is.
Yeah. Vice versa?
Yep.
We'll never know.
And it's really any excuse to do a Quebecois film question.
Funny title from Quebec.
Very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Next, number 3, we have what phrase is often used in politics as the current order that progressives seek to reject? It is also the title of the Act 1 closing number of High School Musical, with classmates telling each other to stick to this and not explore interests outside of their social clique. What is the phrase?
As a progressive myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not patriarchy, I guess. It should be. But
Stick to the patriarchy.
Stick to it.
That
Stay with the man.
That was on the director's cut.
But I believe that the Latin phrase in question is status quo.
Correct.
Hee-hee.
Stick to the status quo, overthrow the status quo, etc.
Eat it.
Which is another Latin phrase, etc. Not on
Not on the quiz?
this quiz. Just a little bonus for you. Number 4, staying in the musical genre. In the Hamilton song My Shot, the character Hercules Mulligan says to his friends, "Yo, I'm a tailor's apprentice, and I got y'all knuckleheads, blank, blank, blank." What Latin phrase, meaning in the place of a parent, finishes this line?
What? Oh, damn.
Do you want the line again?
Yo, I'm Hercules Mulligan.
I'm a tailor's apprentice, and I got y'all knuckleheads, blank, blank, blank. Rhymes with apprentice.
In place of a parent,
Yes.
in sui parentis.
Close.
Ooh.
Do you want to try again? The second word is different.
Yo, tell us apprentice. In juro parentis.
No.
Ah,
In loco parentis.
in loco. In lieu of.
Yep.
In loco parentis.
In loco parentis.
That's an excellent song and lyric.
Yep.
And performance.
Yep.
I think like it's, maybe might be shocking to say, but I think Hamilton is good.
Controversial.
Controversial.
All right, moving away from musicals for our last question. What 3-word phrase suggests that drinking a certain alcoholic beverage will cause someone to be loose-lipped? It is also the name of many onology clubs.
Oh. Have you been to one that's named like that?
No, I have not.
I guess my life isn't fun like that. But I think the culprit in the phrase is wine. And if you drink it, you're going to tell the truth. Because in vino veritas.
Correct. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very good. That was your quiz on Latin phrases. So,
Grazie mille.
yeah. Or how do you say thank you in Latin?
I don't know.
Probably something close to.
Yeah. Probably something very close to Italian.
Very well done. I think that was 4 out of 5 for you.
Ooh, nice. 4.5.
Yeah, okay, sure. Okay.
4 in the loco.
Sure. So, shall we talk about Mea Culpa, the Alias episode?
Won't you invite the people who came here for trivia to gently depart?
Yeah, I think that they can leave. This is your cue.
We are sorry to let them go.
Yes.
Get it? I stop it.
We didn't get it.
Mea culpa. We're sorry to let them go.
Oh, it's my fault.
Oh, yeah, of course. You didn't get it because it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
How do you say I'm sorry in Latin? Mi scusi.
Yeah.
Yes,
Go with
obviously.
that. So, what was going on here?
So this is the one where, it was one of the easiest post cliffhangers to guess, I would say. She's hanging from the ladder. Obviously, she's hanging from the ladder. What is going to happen? She's going to bounce off the... Come on. It was pretty fun. The spying was decent in this episode. The counter spying was so much better, though. Dad
Yeah.
saving the day.
Yeah.
So good. Sloan is trying to quadruple cross the CIA.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of who's who's doing what when
Exactly.
and for whomst.
Yeah, and as what? Because sometimes, Dad is CIA, sometimes it's SD6, sometimes Sydney is CIA, sometimes she's SD6, sometimes Sloan speaks with someone who knows what SD6 is, and sometimes he speaks with people who don't know what SD6 really is. So you have to keep track of like everything.
Yeah. Who knew what when?
Indeed.
I enjoyed that there was a full Smash Mouth song included in this episode.
Oh yeah, which one?
It's called Digging Your Scene. When she's parachuting into Tuscany and does like the quick change and she's in like the
Oh my God.
swanky cocktail dress.
That change got me shook.
Yeah.
One, the bangs plus the lace. I was like, I'm out of here. I
It's drag.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's so amazing. I was thinking though, how cold was she? Just parachuting with just like a skimpy dress. But she had like a dudoon thing going on.
Yeah. It was a quick change.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wrote you a quiz about the use of Smash Mouth music in cinema and television. It is extensive.
I mean, I would have had Trek and 4 wrong answers.
I think they were featured in the film Rat Race. Like the movie Rat Race ends at a Smash Mouth concert.
What is that? Rat Race.
It was like an early 2000s movie about a bunch of people trying to... What's that show called? The Great Adventure or something?
Survivor?
No. Amazing Race. It was kind of like that,
Okay.
but it was a fiction. It's an all-star cast. Mr. Bean is in it.
Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
Little Rowan. We like him. Will tip an update.
Go on.
I mean, so I like that he's really seems to be the only one with his eyes open, because Francie's like, stop bothering her about the crazy things she's saying. And he's like, why is she being so intense about working at a bank and traveling all the time? And also he talks to a pin in the bathroom stall and he looks like a crazy person until the pin answers.
Yeah.
And the pin is like, stop talking about the pin.
I actually don't remember exactly how this wraps up, so I'm kind of
Ooh, like
Yeah,
in the future episodes?
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You're actually hooked?
I don't remember who's pulling which strings. Because we knew Jack was kind of involved at some point, but obviously he's not the one leading him further down.
Yeah. So,
Or
yeah,
is he?
there's a mystery happening. The voice tells him, are you ready? And it's like, I'm ready, I guess. This is scary.
It's very like Neo in the Matrix. Like,
Very much, very much.
are you ready to see how deep the rabbit hole goes?
Red pill.
Yeah, so I mean, in general, I think it was kind of a transition episode. We're doing some establishing for later,
Yeah.
but nothing super key happens.
Nah, just a bit of will digging.
No, I'm shaking my head.
Okay, I wrote about one of these for each episode, so get ready.
Oh my god, it's not. They're not good.
I still don't like Vaughn, and nothing is getting better about Vaughn. He's too hot-headed, and it just gets outsmarted by Dad every single time,
Yeah, it's a fun dynamic.
as he should. He's a boob.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, he's a.
I guess. I mean, I'm just watching it for the first time. I know, but still.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And also, shout out to Francie sitting alone in her sad, sad wedding dress.
Yeah, unnecessary.
Unnecessary. But she's also so kind to be like, I get it that work is so important, then you forget about our friendship. I forgive you. I'm like, sure. Why not? Maybe that's one friend we all need.
Yeah, it's also unclear if they're roommates. Are they roommates?
I don't know. I think
Is she just always there?
at first I thought she wasn't her roommate because she moved in after the murder.
After the murder.
But
Yeah,
then-
Sydney moved after the murder.
Yeah,
She did not live
exactly.
in the murder apartment.
No, she did. Yeah, well, exactly. She was like, "Oops, that's bad memories." But then is Francie sometimes there or something? It's unclear.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't even. That's the thing.
Well, Good. That's it. Another one.
Mea culpa.
Thanks for listening to Not an Alias podcast, produced by Celia Brondeau with original music by Mad98.
If you love what we do, leave us a tip. The link to the tip jar is in the description.
And you can follow all things trivia at Paris Quiz Mistress.
And all things Fred at Fred Me Up.
Until next time.
Stay nerdy and keep quizzing.